Hi, I'm Miss Data from the School of Design and Media, Nanyang Polytechnic. If you're here, you are an artistic person who wishes to start a creative journey. So why not start your creative journey with us? I know there are many choices out there for you. I think it's almost 200. So why should you choose us? Let me tell you first what you should choose from. We have a wide range of diploma available for you at the School of Design and Media, and we all follow the professional competency model. Now, this is something quite new. It means that as you take your modules and get specialized in specific disciplines, you also get certified, and it is taught in collaboration with industry partners. Let me show you what you'll be choosing from. I have 5 wonderful diplomas: animation, games and visual effects, communication and motion design, experiential product and interior design, architecture, and game development technology. If you're not sure yet of where you would like to go and what you want to specialize in, we also have an entry program that's called Common Art Design and Media Program. It consists of a special semester where you get to taste a little bit of all the other disciplines and all the other diplomas in modules that are the same as the other diplomas, but not as specialized. All of these diplomas are taught following the professional competency model. If you wish to know more about the specific diploma, I will have special videos set up for you. So why should you choose us, aside from the fact that we are awesome? Here is where I flex a little bit. First of all, you have to know that when it comes to digital media, we are the pioneer course in Singapore. We started more than 20 years ago. Actually, the school has been around for 25 years and counting. I could tell you that we have a lot of award-winning work both from students and lecturers. But anybody can say that. So let me tell you something a bit more interesting. We are interdisciplinary. What does that mean? It means that all of these diplomas, all these disciplines coexist under the same roof. And if they want to work together on a project, they can. For instance, if you were to visit our facility, you will see a beautiful mural in our M3 gallery. The illustration was designed by the visual communication students, whereby the animation was done by the animation students. Correct. The mural is animated. But how do you see the animation? Well, there is a sensor and there is a certain interactivity to it. Now, the interactivity part of the mural was done by the interaction design students. As you can see, there were students from 3 different diplomas involved in this beautiful project. I would like to add that all of our faculty come from the industry. We are all extremely qualified. We're also very funny people. We're very caring and we're very loving. And I would like to close this little speech by saying that, of course, what we are most known for, our relationship with the industry. NYP focuses a lot on their industry relationship and getting the students industry ready. There is one more thing that I like to add, which is we have advanced standing in many universities, both locally and overseas. What else makes us so special? We were the first one to pioneer this professional competency model that I talk about. And we did pretty well internationally. As you can see, WorldSkills is like the Olympic of design. And actually this year we ranked top 4 motion graphics school in the world and top 7 for 2D animation. We're also in the top 20 for the creative and media school in the world. So in case you didn't know, Yellow Pencil is also like an Oscar of design. So it's a very big deal. Other things that make us unique. We are the only Houdini certified school in Asia. Houdini is the go-to software for the industry when it comes to visual effects. We also have one of the largest Wacom Cintiq lab in Southeast Asia. Actually, we have 2, because one is used for the 3D printers. And we also we are the only institution in Southeast Asia to have a PlayStation lab. Now, this is not for playing games, you guys. It's for making games for PlayStation and it's used by the game development students. Also, we have many other, like learning partners and many other awards. I mean, I could flex until there's no tomorrow, but I think that you should come and visit us and see for yourself because the work of our students will speak for us. Our diplomas are the finest in the region. We are quite known both locally and overseas by both the industry, other universities, and professionals in general. So how about I give you a quick overview. Animation, games, and visual effects is probably our flagship diploma. It's one of the biggest and it's been around for very long. So when you enter this diploma, you will learn your fundamentals in year 1, your observational drawing, your design theory, your color theories, and all of these are much needed skills to be applied later on to the 3D pipeline. Like this. You will start with a storyboard and an animatic, move on to the 3D modeling, the 3D animation, and eventually move on to the rendering, texturing, lighting, and compositing and beautification of the shot, because the final output needs to look pretty. So what are the kind of things that you would do when you start specializing either in animation, in games, or in visual effects? All of these fundamentals will be there to guide you for the creation of characters, environments of sort, world creation, because this is a diploma for storytellers. You will see, for characters for games or for animation, rendering, texturing, compositing, or what you see down here is basically visual effects. It's called fluid dynamic. Can you imagine having to animate every single drop of that pink gooey stuff? It's nearly impossible. And this is why we use Houdini, which help us with procedural animation. Students get work on real life projects for clients, but sometimes they get to work on their own projects, such as these ones. As you can see, the students created the stories, the character design, they model everything, they texture, they lit, and they make this wonderful short film, or they do work on shots such as this one that are perfect for visual effects. Or they end up working on games like the ones that you see behind me. You can find some of them on Steam if you wish to try. I'm particularly fond of Monomino. It's a very cute game. What are the career opportunities available to our students once they graduate with a diploma in animation, games, and visual effects? There are many. Just to list a few, you can end up working in pre-production, production, post-production. You could work in animation, in games, in visual effects, but sometimes you can work, in illustration, doing educational content, or you can even work on projects that have to do with healthcare or, business. You never know what 3D visualization can do for a small business, for instance. So all of these jobs are there, available to you, but of course, you have to work hard for it, create, a good portfolio, and be very, very proactive when it comes to career opportunities. Is just not going to fall on your lap. Game development technology. This is yet another diploma dedicated to game. But this diploma is not for people who draw. This is for people who have a logic mind, who do well in mathematics, and wish to become a programmer. So what are some of the things that you will learn in this diploma? Of course, you will learn problem solving skills, because you need to be a very patient person to be a programmer. You will learn to build and understand different type of games for different platforms. You will learn different coding language every semester, and then eventually you can end up working on AR or VR project like the one behind me. The students, really do get to have fun creating AR and VR. Like in recent year, there's more and more of these happening, which is really, really nice. And then eventually, you will specialize, and you will end up working on full-fledged video games in year 3 together with some of the game art students. This is one of the projects that was developed by the students in the previous year. It's called AlphaCore. It's like a VR Oculus Quest kind of game where you are like a pilot to a mecha kind of robot, and the fun thing is that you are sitting in this spinning chair here, and the thing moves as you are inside the VR goggles. So it's quite the experience, and it's not for the faint-hearted, but it's a lot of fun. So here are some more of the work that were done by the students over the years. And again, some of the games that you can find on Steam. So what are the career opportunities that are available to our students when they get a diploma in game development technology? You will see that you can become a 3D programmer, a game designer, a mobile game or application developer. And there are many, many other career opportunities. You see this artificial intelligence here. I know that now the world is being taken by storm by this AI technology that is sweeping us off our feet. In this case, when it comes to games, it also refers to all those non-playable characters that will walk around in the background, say random sentences, or still react to certain scenarios that happen in the gameplay. Moving on to communication and motion design. Now, this is a diploma for creative rebels, if you ask me. What you're seeing here is the National Day Parade. Our students have been working on the National Day Parade for the past 12 years and counting. And they always make these beautiful animated sequences to be played behind the performances. So you may ask, what's the difference between motion graphic and animation then? I mean, both diplomas are for storytellers, if you ask me, but this one is more like about concept and idea and illustration in motion rather than the classic hero's journey kind of situation. Motion graphic is very fast-paced if you want to, borderline advertisement with a bit of visual effects in it. All of them, though, starts in year one from foundation, as you can see, where they learn the fundamental of design, the color theory. I think all of our students have to learn that. If without a strong skeletal structure, the body cannot function. So eventually, they can choose to specialize and do more design, visual communications, or motion graphics. And they get to do a lot of different projects, some client project, like real life project, or some are just for the greater good because we are good-hearted people. So let me show you some of the client projects. Aside from MTV, you would see here, this is the big picture outside the convention center at Suntec City. I don't know how many times you took those staircase and saw beautiful greetings card for Christmas, Chinese New Year, Happy National Day, and they're all beautifully animated in 2D or 3D. That's the work of our students. So going back to real life projects, I have a few here for you. This is probably my favorite because one of our students was attached to Disney for an internship, and she got to create a series of merchandising based on Tsum Tsum, the brand Tsum Tsum, for the River Safari. So if you go to the River Safari, you go and visit the panda and you see the Tsum Tsum, the Disney Tsum Tsum there, note that one of our students work on this. What are the career opportunities that are available to our students once they graduate with a diploma in communication and motion design? There are many. You will see a lot of this UX UI design. It's one of those things that is taking over the world, and user experience and user interface has become the focus of so many industry, design-wise, but not just design-wise. You will find it in games, you will find it in animation, you will see it in the menu for Netflix, so everywhere. Okay, so that's why you will probably see that little label everywhere in each and every of my slides. I would like to highlight this one here, social media marketer, because the world is becoming more and more connected to social networks, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or you name it. Digital marketing is becoming very, very, very important. So communicating faster and being able to grab the attention of your audience within 30 seconds is becoming key. So social media marketer is one of those positions that is always really, really popular, and there's always a very high demand for it. Diploma in architecture. I know what you're thinking here. We know what architecture is about, building houses. But what if I told you that it's about building an environment around the human being? Let me tell you something about our diploma in architecture. It really does focus a lot on sustainability and environmental friendly structure. In fact, they have a lot of awards for it. Sometimes you don't have to tear something down and build something new from scratch. Sometimes you can reduce, reuse, recycle, and rejuvenate existing spaces. Our students start as early as year one thinking about, the environment. They would design things like this centralized rainwater channeling device, or, they would think about rejuvenating existing spaces. Ta-da! Like this, or this one. This is one of my favorite. This is a handling waste management facility. It's shaped as a centipede, so it's super duper environmental friendly, and it's rejuvenating an entire area in Bishan. This is a smart pod village. It's like a lifestyle pod design. How cool it is that you get to work and have a nice time, fully immersed in the greenery of the space around you. So what are the career opportunities available to our students once they graduate with a diploma in architecture? Of course, if you want to be a full-fledged architect, you still need to go uni. But, there are many other careers that you can try first. You can try and be an architectural designer, a coordinator, a project manager, or a facilities manager, coordinator, and so on. You can even become a spatial designer because, when you do those kind of renovation, there is always a need for visualization of 3D spaces and environment. So you name it. Moving on to experiential product and interior design. Why are product design and interior design together with this experiential thing? You heard me talk about, user experience and user interface before. What do these two disciplines have in common? I would say it's the design thinking process. Every single time we come up with an idea, before we jump into production and waste a lot of money, we have to do our little technical drawings. Then you need to do a little bit of prototyping, and then you do a focus group and figure out if this is working, because if it's not, then you have to go back to the drawing table and revise your technical drawings. So this is what our students learn in year 1, how to come up with these ideas and do the technical drawings before they can move on to prototyping. So you will see that this kind of thinking applies to many different things. It's not just for interior design, but it is for interior design as well. And it's not just for product design, but it is for product design as well. Eventually, when the students move to prototype, they will, build something like this. Our students get to create little maquettes and models of the things that they wish to build, creating different type of materials from acrylic, balsa woods, vinyl, you name it. There is a room called the material rooms, which smells awesome. And the students get to go there and choose the material before they build the little prototypes. Eventually, if you're more interested into the digital aspects of it, then maybe you're more of an interaction designer, which will bring you to working more on apps such as this one or this one. This is one of my favorite because it shows you the food before it reaches the plate. I don't know about you, but I always have a problem knowing how big the portion is, so I never know what to order when I go to a restaurant. There are a lot of things that you can do in interaction design, app, website, but also, the world belongs to the robots. Or something like this. This is an art installation. There are sensors that detect your presence. When you get close, the little lion will come out of the house and do a little lion dance, for instance. There's many different applications. In fact, because of that, when it comes to user experience and user interface and interaction design, probably the interaction design students are the one with the highest employment rates, because everybody needs an interaction design to fix their online banking website or to fix their menu for whatever streaming services they have. If you think about it, before the phone were smart, they were pretty dumb. But an interaction designer decided that we don't need to have a keyboard that is outside of the screen and invented the smart gestures. Now that you heard me talk about all of our diplomas, maybe you're thinking, I'm still not sure what I want to do. I like all of them. I don't know what to choose from. So maybe you need a little bit longer. That's why maybe you want to try, the Common Design and Media program. Like I previously said, this is a 1 semester taster in a way. You get to try a little bit from all the different disciplines. You start from common foundation, which are common to most diplomas, I would say, because observational drawing are very important. And then you can branch out and try a little bit of, 3D sculpturing, interior design, game prototyping, visual communication, you name it. By the end of this 1 semester, you may have clearer idea of what you wish to do next. And that's when you get to choose, I will go to this or that diploma. So what happens in year 3? In year 3, you can go for internship and then you graduate and there are many career opportunities available to you. Let's talk about, our industry partners and all the wonderful opportunities that await our graduates. But even now, year 3, when they go to, internship, they get to work in very cool places. You can see some of our industry partners here. Let me show you some famous product maybe. I know, right? Quite outstanding. Whoa, oh, look at that, Star Wars. And then, maybe you don't know that behind those products, there are these brands. This company here did the motion title for the Wonder Woman movie. Do you want to see the person behind? There she is. So what happened was that our student was doing an internship overseas and the company was working on the motion title for Wonder Woman. So she got to work as an intern on a very famous movies. And all these alumni are now working on the companies that I previously shown you. Some of them even founded their own little studios. Like the one that I highlighted, Epic. And these are the rest of our industry partners. Again, our students get to work on real-life projects. And sometimes as early as year 1 or year 2, they will do little industry collaboration We've been doing a lot of little projects with Nickelodeon for the past 2 years, and it's been a lot of fun. Whether we do merchandising or short animated film or motion title for their television channels, we really had a blast with them. Now, let's say that you're not sure if you want to go and work right after you graduate and you want to go for further studies. You know that university have a minimum entry requirement. So if you're asking me about success rate of our students going to university, I would have to tell you that all of the students who met the minimum entry requirement managed to get into universities. So I cannot tell a lie and say all of them did. Maybe 98% did. Which means that when you're in poly, you need to study hard. It's not a given that just because you have a diploma, you will go to uni. This is a list of universities that will take you both locally and overseas, and even have advanced standing. Do you know what advanced standing means? Advanced standing means that you can take the transcript from the modules that you've taken in poly, and you can pass it over to the university and you waive them, which means that you don't get to take them again. So this is how some of my students managed to skip entire year 1 foundation year in university and just jump directly into year 2. Now that I'm done talking about the stuff that we do, maybe I should tell you who we are a little bit outside of the classroom in a way. I would like to tell you that we are really funny people that have a lot of fun events throughout the year. Our calendar is always very full of fun activities. Star Wars Day, SDM Fest, you name it. And what you see here is our graduation show, which always happens around the first week of April. So what we do is that we organize this huge, it's like a miniature job fair actually, but it's huge because there's a lot of graduates. And the students prepare their portfolio. We invite industry guests and they will look at the students' portfolio. And some of them, get hired on opening night. So imagine, this show is in April and their graduation is in May. So they get hired before they even graduate. We also do a lot of cool collaboration with museums and installation, like Art Science, Suntec, or we do National Gallery and so on, Passion Arts. So we really do like to put up a show whenever possible. So talking about industry collaborations, I keep saying that we do a lot of cool installation. I think I wanted to add this one in because the Light Tonight was one of the most recent projects where we did. And it was really, really beautiful and colorful, and the motion graphics students had so much fun. But maybe you don't know that when you or your parents watch the budget on TV, the illustrations are also done by our students. Or that we do interactive vending machine for the National Gallery. As I mentioned, we had a blast with Nickelodeon in the past 2 years creating short animated film. We've been working with Infinite Studios doing set dressing for 3D animation for very long. And as well as, something like this. This was a mobile strike commercial for a game that was shot in our motion capture room in school. And if you wish to know more, I recommend you watch the animation games and visual effects video. And then over here, of course, is the motion title done for MTV. Of course, we also have a project with a social impact because we are very creative people, but with a very good big heart. And we like to take on projects that will change the world for the better. Now, I am pretty sure that you want to know that aside from having fun locally, we can have fun going overseas. We do. We actually do travel a lot. We have exchange programs with United Kingdom. Yes, this is Finland. This is South Korea. China as well. We go to international design workshops. We attend SIGGRAPH every year. We go to the Tokyo Game Show. We go to Comic-Con. We go to London Design Week. We go to Trident College, and actually the Trident College Japan in Nagoya, we do exchange whereby the Japanese students also get to come over. And then there are chances for internships in Taiwan, in Japan, and in the US, like this one, very cool one. And this one, Polygon Pictures, in Japan. So now that I've shown you how wonderful we are and how wonderful are the things that we do and how much fun we can have together, maybe you're convinced and want to join. Let's talk about what to do if you want to become an SDM student. There are 4 major admission exercises. The first one is the early admission exercise. It's portfolio based and it takes place in June. It's for secondary school students and ITE students, and they are assessed based on their passion, their aptitude, and their attitude. What they like, what they do, how they do it. The second one that is also portfolio based is the special direct admission exercise. Now this one takes place in January to April. This is virtually the few weeks before the semester starts, which means that the ones who applied for this exercise, aside from international and IBS students who are special cases, but the rest of them going in through portfolio might find it a bit competitive, because all they find is what are the slots left and how do we fill it. So how many places are there left? So I would say that it's quite competitive. If you don't have a portfolio because you don't know how to draw, but you still want to join and learn from scratch, which is still possible, all right, we do teach you from scratch, then you want to come in with an exercise that has to do with results. So these exercises will be the JAE exercise for secondary school students and the JPAE for ITE students. There is one more exercise actually, It's not that I'm lying, but this is a special exercise. The PFP is a program that aims to prepare Sec 4 students and basically serves as an alternative to Sec 5. In short, what happened is, instead of going to Sec 5, you take one extra year in poly. And how you get access to this program is through your N-level results. To be eligible to apply, you need to have this. Are you confident in your N-level results? I hope so. So this is, of course, happening around November. Some of you may be taking O-level subjects. The results will be out in January. If you qualify for PFP, you will receive a message that will say something like, "You are eligible." That's how you know that you can go and apply. Being eligible doesn't mean that you get in. You have to put in 3 choices, and chances are you may not get your first choice. You may get your second one, especially if the diplomas are quite popular. But it's a good thing to try. Going back to the early admission exercise, first, kind of going chronologically here. This is what you need to be eligible to apply. All right. It's basically for O-level students who are taking O-levels the same year. So if you're taking O-levels in November, in June, you can apply for the early admission exercise. So what do you need to apply? Not results. You need portfolio. You need 600 characters write-up. For each diploma you're applying to, you have 3 choices. And a 1,000 character write-up. The 600 characters write-up must be individually crafted for every diploma you're applying to. Even if they're similar, you need to find what they differ in. Because if you copy-paste, you don't look good. It will off your chances a little bit. Your 1,000 character write-up, instead, it's all about you. It's not diploma specific. You don't need to list achievements or whatever. What you do is you do list if you attend a workshop or competition, or if you have achievement in other thing. Maybe you have a diploma in piano. I mean, that is a good thing to flex, I think. So it's more about personality. It's more about who you are. Whereby the 600 characters write-up is about why do you want to get in? What do you wish to get out of this school? And why is this the place you want to go to? After you apply in June, you upload your characters write-ups and you put the 3 choices. You wait. And if you pass the first selection, you'll be invited to do a test. The test is usually 45 minutes. It's very specific to every diploma based on, what they do, what they want to see from you. If you manage to pass the test, you will be called for an interview. They will ask you to send a link for your portfolio. Your portfolio should be online. We have a workshop for that. You will send the link to your portfolio, and then for the interview, all you need to bring is your pretty self. If all go well and they like you, they will give you an offer. If you receive an offer, you need to accept the offer. It's like a wedding proposal. Come to us. Yes, yes. Accept the offer. And after that, you study. You study because you need to pass O-levels. It is very, very important. All admission exercise have a prerequisite. You need to meet the minimum entry requirement. There you have it. It's all in here. So now what happens if you go and study and then you fail a subject in O-levels? When you receive your F20, it will tell you that your offer has been revoked, and you will see codes that belong to either other poly courses who have different minimum entry requirements or ITE. Now, going back to JEE, like I said, JEE is O-level results. This one is a little different. It has nothing to do with portfolio or whatever. You really need to study and do well for your O-levels. Because here, not only you have to, worry about the minimum entry requirements, you also have to worry about the cutoff points. Since I've been talking about minimum entry requirements, maybe we need to talk about them a little bit. So basically, these are the subjects that you need to take and how much you need to score. As you can see, they're pretty reasonable grades. For Best 2 and Relevant 2, please check the JAE booklet. Now, when it comes to games development technology and architecture, you can see that there is a little change there when it comes to mathematics. There is a C6 right there, right? So why is that? I mean, if you want to become a programmer or an architect, your mathematics needs to be good, what? Otherwise you kill people. And here is, ta-da! Something really, really good. Now, if you're one of those kids who like to study a lot, then I have good news for you, because we have scholarship. Aside from this one, we have many other scholarships, but I think this is the coolest one. It's the one whereby you get the full 3-year scholarship, which is a lot of good money that maybe you can spend to buy a very good computer. Cutoff point. To be honest, I do not have a cutoff point for the new diplomas, because the professional competency model is something that we started pioneering last year, and it will be effective in 2023 for animation, games, and visual effects, communication, motion design, and experiential product interior design, and all of the other diplomas. But specifically, these 3 were merged from pre-existing diploma. So what I have for you, it's a range. Alright, so if you are going for animation, games, and visual effects, or you want to look at this one, but you also want to look at this one, and yeah, guess the range, okay? Chances are we may get around here, and so nothing much will change. But if you are looking at communication and motion design, you want to look at motion graphic and visual communications, and chances are we'll land around 9 to 13. Since I don't have an actual cutoff point, and it won't be on the JE booklet, I prepare a little range for you. You'll find this link in the description below, but we do have a Discord channel. This is still a school channel. There are lectures, and I have 20 ambassadors on board that will take all of your questions. In case none of my video answer your questions and you have very specific queries that you would like to put through to us, please join our Discord channel. We also have a channel for portfolio review, and then we will help you prepare for both the early admission exercise and the special direct admission exercise. Last but not least, this is a question I often get during open house, especially from those students who are applying through JAE. What if I cannot draw? Can I still join? Truth be told, we do teach you from the basic. So let me show you Joey's work. This is Joey in year 1. Joey was a very hardworking boy, very gritty, very determined. And we do provide you guys with all the tools. We did provide him with good guidance and all the tools. But it was through his grit and determination that he was able to achieve something like this by year 3. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it very, very useful. Please follow our Instagram for current project and snippets of life in SDM, which is very, very fun. Don't forget, we have a lot of videos for you on YouTube to watch. Just watch as many as you can and make an informed choice. You can also follow our Facebook page, or for more information, you can go to the NYP website. There's a long list of links available to you in the description. If you have more questions, want to know more about the diploma or enrollment procedure, please click them. Thank you very much. I am Miss Teda. Bye-bye.